Hi guys. So today's lesson deals a lot with choosing the best evidence, understanding what a question is asking you, and then looking at those key details and making an inference or zoning in on what's truly the most important, the best response. That's really where you have to go for today. So I'm going to show you one example just of being able to choose a supporting detail. And the first thing, though, while I'm reading this prompt, I want you to think about the central ideas within the paragraph. There's going to be two, and think just about what is the author focusing on, and that always helps you answer your question. So the prompt is, the deep sea divers pursuing profit must carefully research their sites to make sure it is legal to take artifacts from the location. They must also take measures to preserve the artifacts so that they don't corrode and lose value once they are recovered. For these deep sea divers, the measure of their success is the dollar value of the treasure they find. Whether deep sea divers wish to study or collect it, divers must obey the laws, dive in teams, and be careful at all times. We must respect the power and mystery of our oceans if we hope to uncover their many hidden treasures. So, within that prompt, really, when you look at central ideas, really where you should be looking and thinking about are topic sentences. And then also think about, well, does it switch? Does a new idea come about? And in this paragraph, that main idea, that central idea, is going to be that they have to carefully research their sites. And then also really focus on the fact that divers have to obey the laws. I'll just dive in teams and be careful at all times. I think that really helps me kind of zone the main ideas of this. From there, when I look at the questions, some good test-taking strategies, of course, are to read the question and the answers and then eliminate the ones that you know are not correct. So, the question, which sentence provides a supporting detail for the idea that we must respect the oceans and their treasures? Which one gives us the best supporting detail? So letter A, some divers spend a lot of time searching for sunken treasures. B, deep sea diving involves a great deal of physical training. C, divers must identify sites that are legal before they collect artifacts. Profit is the main motivation for some deep sea divers. So when I look at that, I really have to think about, okay, are there any that do not go really at all with respecting the oceans and their treasures? And when I look at that, okay, I think definitely already, so deep sea diving involves a great deal of physical training. Physical training has literally nothing to do with respecting the oceans and its treasures. So what I'm going to do there, if I was cooler, I would actually cross that out, okay? But I don't like that guy, so we're not going to pay attention to that. Now I'm left with A, C, and D. Divers spend a lot of time searching for sunken treasures. Okay, that's great. But again, doesn't really have a lot to do with respect. Okay, so now I've narrowed it down to two. Letter C, divers must identify sites that are legal before they collect artifacts. And D, profit is the main motivation for some deep sea divers. Again, really the one that best supports that respect, okay? Profit is making money. Yep, if that's a motivation, that doesn't really speak to me about it being a supporting detail for respecting the oceans. So I would actually get rid of D. That makes letter C my best answer, but let's talk about why, okay? So if you have to identify sites that are legal before you collect artifacts, that means that you're really only going to certain areas that are approved to be able to go in and collect those artifacts, meaning that you're really respecting that area, that part of the ocean. And that's where you would get your answer. Today, and within the arguments unit, you're going to be looking at pros and cons and claims and counterclaims and how they help or support each other. So I want you to think about, as you're looking at them, narrow down your choices. Look to see, what are my best options? What can I get rid of? And then let me know if you have questions. Remember, you have 3 opportunities. Take advantage of those.